We have all been there. You struggle with a specific sin or a bad habit. You grit your teeth, clench your fists, and make a solemn vow, I will not do this again. You rely on willpower, rules, and self-discipline. You fight the darkness with everything you have.
And for a while, it works. But eventually, your grip slips, the willpower fades, and you fall back into the same old trap.
Why does this happen? In Lesson 9, we explore a profound truth from the sight of the throne. True victory over sin is not found in fighting the sin, but in falling in love with the Savior.
We often treat sin like a dietary restriction. We stare at the forbidden fruit and tell ourselves, don't eat it, which only makes us think about it more. But the Bible offers a different path. It suggests that the only way to break the power of a lesser affection is to be captivated by a greater one.
The vacuum of the heart.
The human heart hates a vacuum. We are desiring creatures. We are always loving something. You cannot simply empty your heart of the love of the world and leave it blank. It must be filled.
The Scottish theologian Thomas Chalmers called this the expulsive power of a new affection. He argued that the most effective way to drive a bad love out of your heart is to let a better love pour in.
Consider this illustration.
Imagine a little boy who cherishes an old worn-out toy car. It has missing wheels and chipped paint, but it is his treasure. He clutches it tightly, refusing to let it go. You could try to force him to drop it. You could threaten him or bribe him, but his grip only tightens.
But then you roll into the room a spectacular new remote-controlled all-terrain vehicle. It's fast, powerful, and shiny. The boy's eyes go wide. He is captivated. And what happens?
He drops the old toy.
He doesn't drop it because he was forced to. He doesn't drop it because he made a rule against old toys. He drops it because the new affection has expelled the old one. The new toy is simply more wonderful, more engaging, and more satisfying.
Fixing our eyes.
This is exactly the strategy the writer of Hebrews gives us for the Christian race.
Therefore, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer and perfecter of faith. Hebrews 12, 1-2.
Notice the mechanics of that verse. How do we throw off the sin that entangles us? By staring at the sin? No, by fixing our eyes on Jesus.
The Greek concept here implies looking away from one thing in order to focus intently on another. Victory comes when the beauty of the King becomes more real to you than the pleasure of the sin. When you truly see the sight of the throne, when you see Christ's love, his sacrifice, and his glory, the toys of this world begin to look like the cheap plastic they really are.
Walk by the Spirit.
Paul reinforces this in Galatians 5:16. So I say, walk by the Spirit, and you will not gratify the desires of the flesh.
Many of us read this verse backward. We think, if I stop gratifying the flesh, then I can walk by the Spirit. But Paul says the positive pursuit causes the negative victory. If you are busy walking with the Spirit, loving God, serving others, worshiping with joy, you simply won't have the time, energy, or desire to gratify the flesh.
Light expels darkness. Darkness cannot expel itself. You don't fight the shadows in a room by swinging a sword at them. You fight them by turning on the light.
A dangerous love?
St. Augustine famously said, love God and do what you will.
At first glance, this sounds dangerous. It sounds like a license to sin. But Augustine understood the transforming power of affection. He knew that if a person loves God with their whole heart, their will changes.
If you love God supremely, you will hate what he hates and love what he loves. You will not want to sin because you know it grieves the one you love. Your desire to please him will override your desire to please your flesh.
Conclusion?
So how do we apply this?
Stop striving your way through the Christian life. Stop focusing all your energy on what you are trying to avoid. Instead, focus your energy on who you are trying to know.
Cultivate a greater love. Read the word to see his beauty. Pray to know his heart. serve to share his love. As your affection for the King grows, you will find that the old toys of sin naturally slip from your hands, expelled by the power of a new and greater love.
Turn your eyes upon Jesus. Look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace.